hold on. Okay, what is, describe the male, okay? If you know better than me about that, describe the male then. Go ahead. You can't make these claims without backing them up. They're very serious lies you're making. So go ahead. What did it look like?
Packages from Amazon.
From Amazon? Okay, so if I show you an Amazon history with no spice, do you admit you are way out of touch and it's time for you to back up and stop being emotional? Yes or no?
But I've seen packages come in and you open them up and smoke stuff from them.
I have packages from the Cannabis Club, Mom. I know you're living in the Stone Age. Marijuana is legal, and they give you those little vials. Is it a black vial, Mom?
Well, the ones you can.
I buy other things from Amazon, and I buy weed from the club. You have no idea what's going on in my life. And
Currently.
Listen to me. These are determinants in behavior. Marijuana is a determinant in behavior. For you to not even know that I smoke marijuana and to want me to submit to your judgment on my behavior is appalling, Mother. I love you, but that is appalling. Listen to me very carefully. I love you. If you want to fix this family, you got to admit that you don't have the judgment and you don't have the right. It is immoral. It is indecorous of a woman of your morality to sink to the level of playing God based on something that the psychiatric community can't even agree on. There are different perspectives of psychiatry, biological psychiatry, and so on. Different perspectives of psychology. They can't even agree on it. The mental health community, Mother, do you agree that there is a controversy in the mental health community? Yes or no?
Well, I think I wrote that down.
Where? Show me, please. You wrote down complex partial seizures. I do not write what I am told to write. I am provoking his mental illness, quote unquote, okay? So she admits that I've told her, when you wrote this, right? Hold on. Before you put that in my face and insult me, please. Okay, when you wrote this, you were referring to what I told you, right? I said, you're provoking me. When you called the police, right? Before one of you, I don't know who did, okay? Please, can I finish? Can I finish, please, Mom? I get agitated because the way you act. It is disrespectful for an emotional person to interrupt a logical person. Now, please, I don't mean to insult you. This is honestly what I believe. On ancestors, I love you. You're my mother. I want to fix this more than you do, it seems. So now I lost my train of thought. What was it? Oh yeah, when see, that's an example. You see how this, Mr. Psychiatrist. Anyway, if I do not write what I am told to write, I am provoking his mental illness. Now earlier, you did not want to write down that I have no criminal history. Why didn't you want to write that down? I'll give you 2 minutes, please. You have the floor.
I agree that you are not a felon. I also observed that you get agitated and seem unable to interact with people in a way that would keep the police from interacting poorly with you, trying to arrest you as a terrorist threat, or maybe even, is my big fear that's never happened yet, that they actually would shoot you. I believe that your agitation comes from partial complex seizures, and that in certain circumstances, when I've had no input in your life at all for many days, nonetheless you have increasing amounts of agitation and purposeless behavior.
All right, so this is the perspective of a woman who doesn't even eat dinner, breakfast, or lunch with her own son. You don't have the heart to cook me breakfast or show me love. And you know damn well I suspect...
And I offer to cook for you all the time and you say no.
For whatever reason, right? Yeah, I agree with that. I agree, Mom. I'm not trying to insult you.
So if I try to show you love...
Mom, please stop being defensive, Mom. Open your heart and be honest.
Well, why would you accuse me of not ever trying to show you love?
I'm not accusing you. You're being defensive and you're proving that you have a complex that interferes with your ability to judge my behavior, and you don't even eat dinner with me. And you're not even honest enough to admit it on camera, knowing that people are going to make fun of you. And you expect me to submit to your judgment. I mean, please, hear me out. I'm not trying to insult you again. I keep saying that. And I shouldn't have to. I'm the one who came back. When you called me on the phone, did I come home? Do you think I didn't come home because I love you? You think I want to, I don't have a fucking, excuse me, I don't have a pocket full of money right now? I can't get a hotel right now? Huh? Did I come home because I love you? Did I come home because I love you? Or did I come home because I needed a house over my head tonight, Mother? So please just open your heart and be honest. Let's solve this thing. If you don't want to be mature, and I know you have an intuition, you're one of the smartest women I've ever met. And it's a very shame that you won't admit very simple things and you can't do what I asked you to avoid. You keep avoiding the argument. I asked you a very specific question. Please listen to the question. And if you have an inability to understand the question and you don't even eat dinner with me, how can you understand me to the point when you don't even know my culture? You admitted, you wrote down that you don't understand quote unquote arcane African cultures. Explain to me my belief system, Mother, and explain, but first of all, I'll ask you two questions, okay? First, why were you not willing to write down that you were not willing to write it down? And then you wrote down...
I don't like sophistry.
But I'm just trying to build, I'm trying to make exhibits for a kid. Like, think of...
In the past, you've twisted my words.
Yes, but...
And given them different meanings
did you
than
tell...
they were spoken with.
But you wrote down that you're mad, that you don't want to be told what to write. But you told me yourself that you don't want to write it down. Okay, let me just ask you a question, okay? I don't understand why you don't understand my pain and how you can't see this is related to your inability to judge my behavior. I love you, Mom, and it hurts. Let me rephrase the question in a way that perhaps your culture will allow you to understand.
I love you, I'm making it hurts.
Why were you not willing to write down that you were not willing, listen to me, that you were not willing, all you had to do was write down, look, I am not willing to write down that he has no criminal history. I wanted to prove that so I could get to the bottom of this scientifically. Why were you not willing to write that down, Mother?
I was not willing to write down that you have no criminal history since you have been arrested.
Are you willing to write it down?
And
okay, listen.
It took us quite a
okay, listen, okay, no. I remember I used the word violent. Write down, he has no violent criminal history, and he's 35 years old. And earlier, were you not confused about what
you're 35 years old and you've never been convicted for violent acts. You have not done any violent acts tonight.
So this goes back to science. Exactly. You don't know.
You have not been physically harmful to other
people. In order for you to morally justify saying I know better.
I've heard some rumors, but other than that.
Okay, my main point, Mother, here is listen very carefully. In order for you to morally justify sending me to the psych ward, there has to be a logical threat. Have I ever slapped you? Please, Mom, just answer the direct questions and I'll let you have the floor. Have I ever slapped you?
No.
Have I ever punched you?
No.
You know, have I ever slapped Dad or punched him?
I don't think so.
Okay, so what exactly are you afraid of will happen when there's no cops here? I'm in my room. And before you answer this question, keep in mind, there's 35 years of me going to town without... Go ahead.
Well, because I see you very drunk, get in the car and go tearing off. That's called drunk.
Okay. How do you know I'm drunk? The same way you know it's spice?
Well, I guess the smell of alcohol in your breath, the fact that you're chugging the beer just before you go, the fact that sometimes you're even staggering.
I love the way you implicate me so the cops can have a reason to harass me instead of answering the question. I'm sure every mother who loves her son would do just that. Why didn't you consider that maybe there's police watching this and that they're going to give me a hard time? Because
well, you can see that I am very reluctant to start talking with you because you want to claim that you're completely safe and in charge, but no man that's drunk is in charge of
that is
life.
Ridiculous. Okay, let me ask you this. When I went back to the psych ward in 2011, was I not sober? You don't remember?
I don't remember every detail of every day in your
I've
life.
been sober. I was sober from 2009, Mother, until New
You were
Year's
sober
Eve.
for a very long time.
Don't you see how what you said proves that you have no right to do what you're doing? You just said that, your argument, when you're drunk, you lose control in a general statement. That was overgeneralization, and it was a way of avoiding the argument that is not respectable.
Well, that is why I'm afraid for you.
Earlier, when I was trying to talk to you, did you not say...
I'm afraid for you because you get agitated and you...
You see why I don't want to let her talk? Good, go ahead.
You take it off the property. I'm afraid for you because...
So your fears are leading me to the very... Okay, go ahead.
I'm afraid for you because the day that you got very upset about that girl, the neighborhood girl that walks her stupid dogs up and down the road.
Yeah, so what? Some white racist walks her dogs. Did you not tell me yourself she's obnoxious?
And you...
Did you not tell me...
Has been quite belligerent to our family. And
What's going on, people?
she started calling around, including her brother, the cop, and saying that you came out and threatened her with a rifle.
Do I own a rifle, Mom? Do you think I?
It was a pellet gun.
Exactly. See how you people
Pellet
lie?
guns, however, have the...
Where was I when I threatened her?
In your driveway, approaching the road that is not our road, but is...
It's a private road, right?
road.
Okay, so how many witnesses were there?
She had a witness because there was a man in the truck that stopped.
Okay, so some white guy,
two people were saying
so
that
two
you
white guys
threatened them with a rifle.
All right, okay, two people, right? Two
And
white
you
people.
were talking in a very, very agitated way, and I had every reason to be afraid that you were...
Look, I'm saying right now, what you're doing is going to divide the world. Every black person is going to know this is bullshit, and every white person...
Well, actually, I was very afraid that the reaction to you would be violent.
Okay, let me ask you this. I'm going to end this because you are completely unreasonable.
And I tell them constantly that you're not a violent person.
So can I end this with one question? I'm going to give you as long as you want to answer this. How is it safe to call the police in a white small town when you know we've exchanged hateful words, okay? When you think that you're scared of what's going to happen to me, so you call a bunch of Aryan Brotherhood looking cops in the Santa Clara County Sheriff Department. Was one of the cops, the main one doing the talking, was he white? Describe him. You don't remember? Go ahead, describe him.
Frankly, I have a lot of trouble with people who have mixed races because I can't look at them and tell what race they're pretending to be.
Look, Mom, stop that. Please, just stop pinging.
I've always had that problem.
Okay, what did he look like to you? Don't talk, just describe him the best you can.
Could have been Hispanic.
The guy talking to me was white. You are so out of touch. You can't tell a bald white cop from... Oh, wow.
I told you I have a lot of trouble telling the races apart.
She can't even tell the races apart, people.
I just never have been that racist enough to worry about.
Okay, look, I'm not trying to insult you. I'm trying to fix this family. Please, Mother, if you care at all, stop being defensive. It is disgraceful. This isn't about who's right and who's wrong. This is about you not wanting to write down this stuff and write, oh, yes, contra partial seizures. Okay, I ask you again. You show me definitive proof that a scan from back in the day when the Amen Clinic to this day has not completed their work. The Amen Clinic did a video like a few years ago, right? They're saying that they have not completed their work. But you said that there was a conclusive brain scan when he's saying there's no such thing as a conclusive brain scan.
It was a PET scan.
Okay, and it shows complex partial seizures.
And it showed the seizure site.
Okay, so Dr. Bradley and every psychiatrist we've ever been to...
Complex partial seizure is a clinical diagnosis
been
made by more than one physician.
So what was the diagnosis at La Silva?
Where?
La Silva. You don't remember La Silva, Barbara? The white lady, short hair, liberal, feminist. Don't remember?
Actually, they kept saying that you were paranoid, you were psychotic.
And they didn't say complex partial seizures. So you're going on a theory that you have. Are you a psychiatrist? Are you a psychiatrist, Mother?
As I wrote down for you.
So you're not a psychiatrist, but you're contradicting.
As a physician, I believe that neurology has more scientific merit than psychiatry.
And it's inconclusive. So you're okay.
Neurologist diagnosed
hold on. What year?
Complex
okay,
seizures.
what year did you do this?
When you were a teenager.
What year? Give me an estimate.
When you were.
And you have no documents. And I've asked you before on camera. Do you remember when I asked you before on camera and you were very upset? Yes or no? And I'm asking you, have I been calm, or what's your perception?
And once again, and I think this is the fourth time I've said it on this exact tape, your physicians will be the ones that can have your medical
Mom,
records.
please, I'm not asking you who has the records. I'm saying you can't.
How can I show you a record when it's in the care of your physician?
Fine, you're emotional.
And you are the one that needs to sign it.
You're too emotional. Mom, look at you. You don't even take care of yourself. You're not even making sense.
It's 11:30 no, it's 11:45 at night.
So you're never up at night? You're never up at night on the couch? You didn't say hi to me the other night at like 2 o'clock in the morning?
Actually, I was sleeping on the couch.
Oh, wow. It's funny how you always have an answer, but the bottom line, what you're doing is immoral, and what you said is already proven you wrong. You're relying on something during a time period when it couldn't possibly exist. There was no such thing as conclusive evidence of complex partial seizures as a teenager. You've already told on yourself.